Okay, so this is client reading number 2, and we're going to start in the present position of the Hanged Man in this reading. And I would have to say that you're going through some tough times right now. You feel like you have been a sacrifice to everything and everyone around you. And I mean that emotionally as well as materially, because the King of Pentacles crossing you in the conflict position. The King of Pentacles that is in conflict is a representation of the masculine side if you're a female, and that side that the king is showing in conflict here is this maturity with real world possessions. So it seems to me, if I was looking at the Hanged Man and then the King of Pentacles crossing, I would say you right now are having a very difficult time in holding on to what is yours, in not giving away your value, whether it is financially or time. I would suggest that because you are the Hanged Man in the present situation, you need to see how much you're sacrificing yourself for other. And you need to find the King of Pentacles within yourself. You need to find that strength, that masculine energy that says, yes, I have skills, I have value, I'm not stupid, I have wisdom, right? So the conflict for you right now is you need to move forward in your life in 2021, because this is what this year is all about, and you really are having a hard time looking at yourself and your needs versus your family, your friends, just the world in general, because you're a humanitarian. And if you look at the Ten of Wands, which is your atmosphere, and below you is the Page of Swords, it's very interesting because Wands is emotion. And if you look at Jason and the Argonauts, he was on a journey to slay the golden fleece. It lies in front of him now. He's got the 10 wands around him in this picture, and the boat is off to the side. They made that journey safely, and now they've seemed to have captured what they came for. Yet he doesn't look happy in this card, right? Which isn't saying you're not happy. It's simply everything you have done up until this point in your life has given you what you required, has done for you what you has done for you what you need. And now you're sitting there going, wow, I've come this far on my own. I've battled demons and sea monsters. I've captured the golden goods. And yet I have to look within emotionally and say, what really is my purpose, though? To go from one battle to another, one calm to another. So it makes sense with the Hanged Man and the King of Pentacles, with this Ten of Wands hanging over you. You truly are in a transitional state of finding self-worth and understanding that people don't make you valuable and things don't make you valuable. And unless you find your own value and your own purpose, you're going to continue to be the sacrificial lamb to everybody around you. And the Page of Swords at your foundation, okay, this tells me your foundation has been shaky. In the Page of Swords, swords is mental, right? So your foundation was all about logic. It was all about weighing the pros and the cons, the good deals, the bad deals, the what's right and wrong, the way things look, just logical, step by step. And that has caused chaos in your time here. So with the Page being a messenger in real life, right? Just like the King of Pentacles could be a real life man coming into your life, right? And that could be a conflict as well. It can represent more than one thing. So you could have a real life together man coming into your life and you're really not ready for a relationship. So that's in conflict as well. And you see that in the Page of Swords can be a messenger, or it can be new ideas. And I believe seeing the Page of Swords in your reading means you truly are trying to move through this sacrificial transitional state and build a foundation. You're building what your life's going to look like in the next 20 years. And you're really starting to come together with ideas and going, I got 20 years still really to do something with my life and professionally. So I really think the Page of Swords is the beginning of your new foundation. It's been rocky, and I think the new ideas are coming, and I think this is what's forcing you to look to me for this reading. I think this is forcing you to go, I feel like I need to move out of the old and into the new, but I'm fearful. I've had a shaky foundation. I've been the doormat for friends and family all my life, and now I'm in a place where I'm conflicted because I cannot see my self-worth and my strength. But the good news is we see the Eight of Cups in the past. And that means cups is feelings, right? This is Psyche. And we see her here walking into the underworld to do her final task, the eighth task, so that if she completes it, Hades will let her go to her love, Eros. And so the Eight of Cups being in the past means your trials with your feelings in relationships, whether they're friendships, intimate relationships, family relationships, those last tasks that you have had to do to truly find love within yourself and other, it's in the past. You have done the work, and you're finally just in that surrender. That is what the Eight of Cups is. That surrender, that's what you've been going through. This is why the Hangman is in the present position, because you have been surrendering yourself and saying, I don't have anybody anyway. What am I fighting for? Right? Like Psyche saying, I really don't have my king, my god, Eros. So I'm just going to go in. What do I have to lose? I'm just going to surrender that something bigger than me knows what's going on. So that surrender is in the past. It means you did it. Your sacrifice is present day due to the surrendering of the past, and now you move into the Ten of Pentacles, which is so beautiful. There couldn't be a better, nicer card. And this is like 3 months from now or further. I always say the same thing when I do readings. The spread doesn't change, but the timing can. If you cannot continue to surrender, if you cannot stay in that surrendered state, if you start becoming anxious over believing in yourself, and that Page of Swords there it starts to show that it's cracks in your foundation again, then this Ten of Pentacles is going to take longer, and everything after it will take longer as well. Okay, so timing is up to you. The spread is always exactly where you're going, but do you take 5 days, 5 months, or 5 years to get there? That's up to you. So with the Ten of Pentacles, what we see here is you've got your fruits of your labor. The harvest has come in. This is a very balanced card. This is, where you stand in your family, in your finances, in your material world, in career, everything around you, in your environment is a really good word for the Ten of Pentacles. You are successful. You are complete. Your family is complete. So somehow you do make this shift between now and the end of summer. You do have this King of Pentacles strength, and you're leaving what you thought life should be in the past, and you're surrendering to it will be what it will be. You understand the gains in your life up until now have not been fulfilling, and you also understand that you truly are starting out with a new foundation, and it's rocky, and it's not experienced, and you got to be careful. But in doing so, by the end of the summer, you're really going to see the rewards of getting through this transition, the sacrificial transition, okay? And then we're going to finish out the year with the Star, the Five of Pentacles. We don't like that card. If you watch the live readings, you know fives are not my favorite card. Any five in the deck is, in my feeling, is the worst card to get. We follow it up with the Three of Wands, and we end with the Page of Cups. So we have another page here, right? There's only 4 pages in a 78-card deck, and you pulled 2, which tells you there's a lot of new things. There's new ideas and then new feelings at the end with the page. So I think it's really important everything you're going through right now is feeling anxious and on moving forward by the end of the year with your new feeling and perceptions and beliefs about the future. So the Star tells us that. That's the hope. Okay? So this is Pandora, and she opens Pandora's box, and she lets out all the spites onto the world for humanity to have to deal with. This was something Zeus put upon humanity because he was angry. Prometheus, which is the Hanged Man card, gave mankind fire, and which helped them evolve. So Zeus was angry, and one of the things he did to take it out on humanity is release spite all over the world, which was like old age and greed and gluttony, and it's very similar to the seven deadly sins that in the Catholic Church. So this is what the star is, and if you look upon the spites, what escaped in that box with the spites was hope. So as much as humanity has much to deal with, there is always hope in the star card, in Pandora not having any more shame or guilt. So you have to look at yourself and where you've been and what you're now being given, and do not carry the shame and guilt from the past, from your imperfections. You're not all the way through life yet. You're just at the halfway mark. So you have to understand that there's such hope, and you can let go of that shame and those guilts. Pandora, if she didn't open the box, she wouldn't have allowed those spites out. So she's blaming herself. But Zeus is the one that packed them in the first place, right? And really tempted her. So you always have to put things into perspective. Things aren't black and white. And you have to understand that when bad things happen to good people, there's always hope. And when something bad does happen, you got to evaluate it and see, why did I feel this way? And that's where we see the Pentacles. I think there's some self-reflection going on about where you came from with the Five of Pentacles. And this is where I think the changes are going to happen if you move or you change jobs. The Five of Pentacles is saying, hey, something in your physical world's changing. It's breaking down. It is no more. So physical world would be house, would be finances, would be anything, legal, real estate, taxes. We look at all of that. We look at the physical material world, your job, your career, and this is a breaking down of it so that you can rebuild. All right, so I do believe, if I had to say, even though you weren't looking for this and weren't asking, I'd have to say this is more seriously I'd have to say this reading is a combination of physical and emotional, and there really is a family unit around you that you are going to be embraced by. And I believe your old family unit has to break down to receive that. Okay? And that's what the Five of Pentacles is really about. I think breaking down the illusions around you to see who truly is your family, who truly is the people who love you. And that's difficult, right? You might have to let go because you don't really feel like you're entitled to this happy family, this happy material world where you're financially stable, you're stable in relationships with children and spouse and friendships in work. This is all of that. That's where you should be. And you've kind of lost faith in that. You've just decided that the only way to have that is by sacrificing yourself. And this Five of Pentacles breaks that illusion. So as bad as it is, and it'll be painful emotionally, and you may lose things around you, or maybe those losses are things you need to lose. Like maybe you need to lose a home so that you can find a new one, right? That's kind of the thing we're looking at in the Five of Pentacles. And then we move into the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, this is an emotional card again. You've gone through this dark night of the soul. Fives are dark nights of the souls. And you have found a new emotional connection with someone. This is a cooperation card. This is, I can't do it by myself. I emotionally need to depend on others. So when you come out of this dark night of the soul of the Five, once you realize there is hope, you do deserve this Ten of Pentacles. You can allow the old to break down and let go. You will find the new there. And that leads us to the Page of Cups in the end of your reading. And the Page of Cups, this is Narcissus. He's looking at himself. He loves himself greatly, which is what you need. This sometimes can be a little bit too much arrogance for people. But if we look at where you started out as a hangman, you actually needed to become Narcissus. You needed to love yourself. And the pages are messengers. And the pages are also new anything. So new feelings is the cups, where the Page of Swords was the new ideas you're building your foundation on. So I love this. I love this reading. I love how it ends. I feel a huge transition of confidence and power coming to you. You are no longer a doormat for anybody to kick around. You are no longer attached to any outcomes through that Eight of Cups and thinking you expect to have something or you deserve something. You just understand you will surrender and take what you're given, but you will stand up for what you want, and you get it this year with the Ten of Pentacles, but it's a matter of letting go of what you thought you wanted versus what you have. So like everybody else, 2022 is going to be a beautiful year. It's going to be the beginning of brand new adventures, because finally you love yourself. And now, questions.